In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that can cause miscommunication between people. Now, the whole purpose of communication is to share information. The goal is to transfer information from one point to another. For example, the information that you have in your mind into somebody else's mind and vice versa. But when there's communication barriers, that's what starts to cause miscommunication. So with that said, let's take a look at the first thing that causes miscommunication between people. The first thing is not listening. If you're not giving someone your full attention, then you're not going to be truly listening to what they're saying to you. For example, have you ever noticed yourself in a conversation where you're listening to respond and not listening to understand? Now that in itself starts to cause miscommunication, because before they've even finished what they're saying to you, you're already preparing your answer. So if you're preparing your answer to what they're saying to you, how are you going to be fully listening to what they're saying? So this in itself does cause a lot of miscommunication between people. So the solution is, when a person's talking, listen and give them your full attention. Now, for conversations that are less important, where it's just small talk, then obviously less attention is needed. But if what the person's saying or what you're saying to somebody requires more attention and it's an important topic, then it's your responsibility to let that person know. So that way they can give you, or you can give them, your full undivided attention. So if you've got something that you want to share with someone that's of high importance, make sure that you let them know. You know, you haven't got to do it in such a formal manner. You just got to say to them, look, I've got to share something with you and it's really important. Can I pull you to the side for a minute? That way, they know that the thing you're sharing with them is really, really important. Hence why you've taken them to the side. But if you've got something that is really important and you share it to them in the same manner that you would share small talk with them, in the same atmosphere, in the same sort of tone of voice, then how's that person gonna know that what you've got to share with them is that serious? Because you've done it in the exactly same manner as what you would normally share something that's less important. So really do emphasize that point. Let them know it's serious and let them know that you need their full undivided attention. And that should solve it. The second thing is assumptions. Assuming what a person has said and not actually confirming what that person said can lead to big problems. How many times have you been in a conversation where a person is assuming what you're saying to them, or you start to assume what the other person is saying? You yourself know how many problems that can lead to. For example, let's say you're in a conversation with someone and they're talking, and halfway through you decide that you know what they've said, you know what they're gonna say, so now you're gonna assume. So for the rest of the conversation, you're not really listening because you've made the assumption that you already know what they're gonna say. Now you take that information and you believe that as the fact of what they've said or what they was meant to say. You believe that as their complete fault, which it's not, because it's an assumption. So you now take that information and start sharing it with someone else. But the information you're sharing is not actually what that person said. So you sharing the assumption with others leads to a cycle of misinformation. And then that can also cause trust issues with the person who shared the information with you. Because if you're sharing that information with others and it was just an assumption, then how are they going to trust you in future conversations? Because you made an assumption, then shared that assumption with someone else. And the very thing that you're sharing with the other person is just based off an assumption. We assume a lot based off our past experiences. Now, this can be a good thing in circumstances such as danger. If something's really dangerous, then our previous experience of that danger will serve us well, because we don't want to put ourselves back inside that danger. But where this can start to work against us is when it comes to communication, because you're not 100% certain of what the other person's going to say. So the solution is stop assuming. Stop assuming what other people are going to say. Give them the time to finish what they want to say. Let them complete their full sentence. Then once they've completed it, now you can respond. But stop assuming. Let them finish what they want to say. And if you're not sure of what they've said, then just ask them, did you mean this? Or I didn't really understand what you said, so can you explain it again to me? Now, before we go on to the third thing, my name's Luke, and this channel is all about personal development, and I enjoy sharing the things I've learned and continuously learn. So if you're enjoying this video, make sure you subscribe and like it. The third thing is not confirming. In order to make sure that the information shared or received is the correct information that the person intended or you intended to share, you can easily confirm that they've received the information that you told them. You can simply ask them, do you understand? Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Or if it doesn't make sense, maybe I can explain it in a different way. Now, this stops miscommunication because you've confirmed what they've said and they've confirmed what you've said. So there is no more miscommunication. So make sure that you confirm back with the person what you've said. So you make sure, so you know that they've understood what you've said. And if a person is sharing something with you, just simply repeat it back to them so they know that you're listening. So there you have it. If you enjoyed this video and you want to know the 4 ways to get out of your comfort zone, then click the link below in the video description. Take care.